Senegal vs Egypt prediction. Sending the Teranga Lions home. In the semi-finals of AFCON 2025, the clash between Senegal and Egypt is attracting significant attention from African football fans. This is a highly anticipated rematch between two leading forces on the continent, where a single moment of lapse in concentration could cost them their place in the final. Given the current situation, Egypt is considered the more resilient team in crucial matches, while Senegal, despite possessing a quality squad, faces the risk of being eliminated from the tournament. Historically, Senegal and Egypt show a clear balance. In their last 7 encounters across all competitions, each team has won 3 times and drawn once. If we only consider matches played on neutral ground, Senegal even has a slight advantage, winning 2 and losing only 1 of their last 3 meetings. These statistics show that the balance of power between the two sides is not too uneven, and each encounter is tense and closely contested. In terms of form, Senegal enters the semi-final with a very impressive record. Coach Pape Thiaw and Apos' team has scored 19 goals in their last 6 matches, winning 5 and drawing 1, demonstrating superior attacking strength. At AFCON 2025, the Teranga Lions are also maintaining an unbeaten record with 4 wins and 1 draw, thus affirming their position as a top contender for the championship. However, the biggest question mark for Senegal lies in their ability to capitalize on opportunities in crucial matches. This was quite evident in their quarterfinal match against Mali. Despite playing with a man advantage for the entire second half after Yves Bissouma of the opposing team received a second yellow card and was sent off, Senegal struggled to convert their advantage into goals. With 19 shots, 8 of which were on target but only 1 goal scored, their finishing efficiency was far from optimal. Against an opponent capable of capitalizing on mistakes like Egypt, missing so many clear opportunities could cost Senegal dearly. Conversely, Egypt entered the semi-finals with remarkable stability and composure. The Pharaohs have not lost a single match since the start of the tournament, winning 3 and drawing 2, demonstrating their ability to control the game and secure results at crucial moments. Under the guidance of coach Hossam Hassan, Egypt boasts an experienced squad with many stars capable of making a difference, especially in attack. The presence of Mohamed Salah and Omar Marmush gives Egypt a significant advantage in crucial situations. Salah, the Liverpool striker, consistently demonstrates his goal-scoring prowess whenever he plays and is a key player, both mentally and professionally, for the entire team. With Senegal still struggling with finishing issues, Egypt and Apos' ability to capitalize on opportunities could be the decisive factor in determining the outcome of the match. Based on all the above analysis, the scenario of Egypt reaching the final is considered more likely, although it will undoubtedly be a very tough and tense match. Notably, a victory over Senegal in this encounter would be sweet revenge for the Pharaohs after their defeat against the same opponent in the AFCON 2021 final, thus reaffirming their status as the king of African football. Regarding team news, both Senegal and Egypt will not have their strongest lineups for this semi-final. For Senegal, coach Pape Thiaw will be without Assane Diao due to a muscle injury. This is a significant absence as Diao is a player capable of creating breakthroughs on the wing. However, with their current squad depth, Senegal still has many quality replacement options. Meanwhile, Egypt also suffers a similar loss as Mohamed Hamdi will not recover in time from injury, forcing coach Hossam Hassan to continue relying on the stable lineup that has been in place since the beginning of the tournament. In terms of the expected lineup, Senegal will most likely field their familiar 4-3-3 formation. In goal, Edouard Mendy remains the first choice due to his experience and consistency. The back 4 of Diatta, Koulibaly, Niakate, and Malik Diouf provide solidity in both defense and build-up play from the back. In midfield, the trio of Diarra, Idrissa Gueye, and Pape Gueye will control the game, win possession, and recover the ball. Up front, Sadio Mane will continue to lead the attack, supporting Ndiaye and Diallo in both wing and central attacks. On the opposite side, Egypt is expected to use a 3-4-1-2 formation, emphasizing balance and tactical discipline. Goalkeeper El Shenawi remains a reliable stopper in goal. The 3-man defense of Ibrahim, Abdelmajid and Rabia helped Egypt maintain good positional discipline, limiting space in front of the penalty area. On the flanks, Haney and El Foto took on attacking and defensive roles, while the central midfield pair of Atea and Fathi Ashur is responsible for contesting and distributing the ball. He plays further forward behind the Sulaymarmash strike partnership, acting as a link and creating decisive passes for the attack. In terms of form, Senegal is showing the image of a strong attacking team, scoring 19 goals in their last 6 matches. Although their finishing efficiency in the quarterfinal was Nanapos entirely convincing, overall, the Teranga Lions are still a team capable of imposing their style of play and creating a superior number of chances compared to most opponents. Meanwhile, Egypt shows the necessary stability and pragmatism in big matches. With an unbeaten record since the start of AFCON 2025, the Pharaohs are proving they are a very difficult team to beat, especially when entering knockout matches. In terms of head-to-head history, the balance between the two teams is quite even. Senegal and Egypt frequently produce tense matches where a single moment of individual brilliance can decide the outcome. Recent encounters show Senegal having a slight edge when playing on neutral ground, but Egypt always knows how to play solidly and capitalize on their opponent and oppos's mistakes. Given the current balance of power, form, and team formations, the semi-final between Senegal and Egypt is predicted to be tight, highly tactical, and full of strategic flair, where composure and the ability to capitalize on opportunities will play a crucial role in determining which team will advance to the AFCON 2025 final. Based on in-depth data analysis, it is highly likely that the semi-final between Senegal and Egypt will see an early goal. Specifically, at least one goal in the first half is a prominent trend, with 6 out of the last 7 encounters between the two teams seeing goals scored within the first 45 minutes. Furthermore, Senegal has scored in the first half in 12 out of their last 13 matches, demonstrating their ability to start quickly and create significant pressure from the outset. Egypt and Oppos's first-half goals in 5 out of their last 7 matches also reflect their effectiveness in early counterattacks. Even more noteworthy is that this trend is even more pronounced on neutral ground, with at least one goal before halftime in 7 out of Senegal and Oppos's last 8 matches and 8 out of Egypt and Oppos's last 10, reinforcing the belief in an exciting first half. In addition, the likelihood of both teams scoring is also considered high. Senegal maintains consistency in attack, scoring at least one goal in 12 out of their last 13 matches. Egypt is equally impressive, achieving the same in 8 out of their last 10 matches. In particular, on neutral ground where teams tend to play more openly, 7 out of Egypt and Oppos's last 10 matches ended with both teams scoring. This shows that despite choosing a defensive style of play, the Pharaohs still leave certain gaps, creating opportunities for their opponents to exploit. Considering the total number of goals, a scenario where the match ends with 2 to 3 goals is considered very reasonable. Statistics show that 4 out of Senegal and Oppos's last 6 matches and 8 out of Egypt and Oppos's last 11 matches have had exactly 2 or 3 goals. Especially when Egypt plays on neutral ground, this trend appears with a very high frequency, specifically 9 out of the last 11 matches. These numbers suggest that the match is unlikely to be overly explosive but will not be lacking in goals either. It is more likely to be decided within the framework of a tight, back-and-forth, and highly tactical game. Based on the data and trends mentioned above, an Egyptian win according to Asian handicap is the more reasonable option, while Senegal, despite their efforts, may have to say goodbye to the tournament. It is highly likely that the two teams will draw in the 90 minutes of regular time, before the experience and composure of the Pharaohs come to the fore in extra time. Predicted score, 1-1, Egypt wins after extra time. Before concluding this report, it and Oppos's clear that the clash between Senegal and Egypt promises to be extremely tense, full of tactical maneuvering, and may only be decided by moments of individual brilliance. Will the Teranga Lions with their strength and speed overwhelm their opponent, or will the experience and composure of the Egyptian king once again shine through at the decisive moment? The answer will only be revealed after 90 minutes, or even longer, of this high-stakes showdown. If you find Global Football Insight and Oppo's S analysis helpful, Don and Oppo's, forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the most in-depth and up-to-date insights before every major match. And now, please leave your score prediction and your own opinion on this match in the comments section. We and Oppo's love to hear your perspective. Thank you for watching and see you again in the next Global Football Insight broadcast.